my dear friends, and welcome to Adobe Life with Creative Cloud Express. I'm your host, Julia Vaca, and today we're going to be using Creative Cloud Express to create a LinkedIn banner. To all of you who are new here and don't know what exactly Creative Cloud Express is, it's this amazing platform where you can design things without prior design knowledge. This is what it looks like. You can find it by going to express.adobe.com, and you can see we have access and immediate access to a lot of really amazing templates here. We can design some album covers, some suggestions up here, but if you go further down, you can see that there are a lot more suggestions for you. We have Instagram stories, Instagram posts, backgrounds that you can use for your personal designs. We have Facebook posts, posters, logos, and so on. There's a lot you can create with this if you are currently in school, or if you are marketing, if you're working in marketing for a brand, or maybe you are having your own business and you want to create marketing materials for your business. So it's a really, really great platform to just get started and to start designing yourself without any prior knowledge. And today we're going to be designing a LinkedIn banner for a law firm, which I'm super excited about. LinkedIn is a great platform to get connected with other professionals, and that's the reason why we want to approach it today. All right, so let's go take a look at our work panel on the left side, and you can see there is this big little, it's actually big, plus icon that you can click, and you can go into quick actions where you can adjust videos, PDFs, or images. For example, you can resize an image or trim a video or convert something to a PDF. Now, on the left side, this is where you can start creating from a template. So here we have templates, we have presets for an Instagram story, for a Facebook post, for a logo, flyer, collage, card, web page, and so on. So, and then another thing that you can do here, which is also really, really cool, is to click View All. Once you click View All, you can see that we have a lot more than what we just had in the menu. You can see we also have business cards. That's something that we're going to be doing tomorrow, and other things that are in addition to all the other presets you can find on the starting page. To head back to the start page, to the home page, you can click on the Adobe Creative Cloud Express icon, and we are back. And so let's go down the row here. We have the home button, we have projects. So if I click projects, you can see that these are my past projects that I have created here in Creative Cloud Express. Then we also have something that's called brands, which is also really awesome because in brands, what we can do is we can create a brand. Literally, we can upload a logo, we can upload a color palette, we can select a font that is going to be part of your brand. So if you want to set up a brand and reuse that same setting for other presets, you can see that brand is easily applied to other presets that you can adjust, but that your brand is already kind of part of those templates, and you can go and just click on a template and your brand is already applied to them. All right, so we have that. Then we also have access to our CC libraries, and we have this amazing Learn section where you can learn different things like undoing and redoing, or how to apply a brand to a template, or how to remove a background from your pictures. And one really, really cool feature that I really love here in Creative Cloud Express is removing the background of pictures. And it's literally just one click from, not having a background, and just filtering out the objects that are kind of in the highlight. Okay. All right, my friends. So let's go and select our plus icon, and we are going to go into custom size graphic because we are going to be designing a custom size graphic for our LinkedIn banner. And I'm going to click that. And you can look those things up in the online, and I have found that the width and the height of the LinkedIn banner is 1584 pixels by 396 pixels. So the width would be 1584 and the height would be 396. All right, and we are set in pixels, and we're going to click next. Now we can see this our design is already kind of having this exact proportion that we need and the exact size that we need for our LinkedIn banner. Now you might know that the LinkedIn profile has a profile picture over here somewhere that is overlaying the banner. So let's create ourselves a little reminder that this space is something that might cover our design, and we're going to be designing around it. But first, let's create a background color for this long banner. And to do that, I'm going to click on my background, and I'm going to go in here and click color. Once I click color, we can see there is the current color palette. I can also go in and select any other colors. For now, let's go in and select this color, or you can also go into more, and here you have some amazing color suggestions that you can also use for your design. You can also go for a light gray or for a little darker gray. What I like to do is I like to warm up my colors a little bit for my design, and to do that, so right now you can see here that our gray is very close to the left. That makes it a very neutral gray, right? It's on the gray scale, and the gray scale goes from the top to bottom over here, no matter what color hue we are in. But we're going to go into the orange color tone, right? So we're going to move the slider so that we are in the orange palette. And here we can move the slider around. You can see we can go into the bright orange, but we can also go and stay in these very light colors, so almost an off-white color for our background. And I think this will work perfectly. So now let's go and set us the reminder that we need to keep this space right here open and not place any designs on it. So I'm going into icons, and I'm going to find a rectangle that I'm going to place right there. And you can choose any rectangle you like. So I'm going to put in my rectangle right here, just like that. And I believe this area is just a little bit longer, just like so that we don't put anything kind of around this area. All right. Awesome. So now we can see that we have a lot of space to design and put some awesome content in here. And what are we going to put? First thing, what I want to add is the image of my of the law firm team that that I want to kind of design for. Imagine it's my firm. So I'm going into photos. You can upload your photo. So if you have a photo of yourself or your team that you want to add to your banner, please feel free to upload the photo and then remove the background here with Creative Cloud Express. But I'm going to show you how that works in a second. And here I'm going to look for the word team, because I'm looking for a stock photo currently. I don't have an actual photo. So I'm going to select this photo right here, and you can see it's already in my design. And let's actually make this rectangle. Let's change the color in this and we're going to make it a white color, just like that. So it doesn't stick out too much and we can really focus on our design. All right, so I'm going to make it way larger over here, and I'm going to place it somewhere in the middle. Now make sure that you have your rectangle always in the front. So I'm going to go into the layers down here. I hope you can see this. Let me zoom in a little bit. So right here we have the layers. Once you click on it, the layers kind of open up and you can see more precisely where you are at. And the layers, what they are, basically every part of your design has its own kind of layer. And you can see that the photo right now is on the top layer, but we want to keep the rectangle at the top so that we can see where exactly does our overlay happen in our photo, right? So we can place the photo and have all the faces visible still. All right, so now the exciting part, let's remove the background of my photo. Sorry, my voice is sounding really funny today. Okay, so I'm selecting the picture by just clicking on it, right? I just click the photo, and right now I'm going to click remove background here in the right panel. Remove background, and you can see we already have this really cool preview of our photo. I'm going to click done. You can also go in and erase some of the background if you need to. This came out just perfect for me, and you can see even though we have this cutout, this photo kind of fits in perfectly and shows just the right amount of the people. It's not too close to the edge up here. It's not too close to the edge at the bottom. And we still have some space up here and over here to place some other information. All right. And let me know in the chat, we are in the live chat, let me know if you all have any questions. I would love to answer them. We have Blissard, George, Afroja, Anderson here, Cody Bear. Cool. Yeah, Cody, Learn section is definitely very helpful. And we have them all in different apps. We have Learn sections as well, so check those out as well. Sean, water, yes. My throat is still very dry from the morning because it's so early. Okay, so let's continue. Sean, cool. All right, let's continue with this and let's go into our let's see what we've got. Templates, we have logos. So let's go into our logos, and I have created a logo for this firm in the previous stream. So if you want to rewatch how I've created this logo, just look up Julia Vaca, Creative Cloud Express, designing a logo or something like that. There should be a series for this law firm, and you can learn how to design this logo, this exact one. Okay, so I'm going to simply click on it, and you can see my logo has already been applied to my design, and I can go in, click on it, click and drag to move this logo around, and this is our law firm name, Winston and Morris, and I'm going to go in, and by the way, you can also zoom in and out here in our design. Maybe you want to go and get a little bit of a close-up, so you can zoom in by clicking the plus right here. So click onto that, and you can see that you are already zooming into your design, and here you can get a little bit more precise. Now, one thing that I want you to kind of take away from this, if you're not a designer, I want to give you a quick tip of how to make this really nice and balanced here. So right now we have this space right here, right? And we're not looking at the whole banner. We're looking at this space that's very light, right? That's surrounding the logo, and kind of squeeze your eyes and you will see that there is somewhat like a square around our logo. Now, what we want to achieve is we want to place this logo perfectly in the middle of this rectangle space, and make sure to have the same distance at the top as you have at the bottom, and the same distance on the left as you have on the right, so that you can place this logo, and when you zoom out, you can see that it's nice and centered within the space. Now, I'm probably going to make this logo just a little bit smaller because I don't think that having a large logo in a banner is necessary. I think, you know, here in this case, we rather focus on the people and on the message of this. So I'm going to make it slightly smaller. You can also feel free to place the logo at the bottom if you want, but then you can see that this creates a lot of white space. So make sure to balance your design by balancing the information into their kind of spaces, right? So you can see we have this space with the people, and we have this space for the logo, and here we have another space where I'm going to put a slogan that represents the firm. And the slogan will be, "We are here when you need us." Of course, you can make up whatever you want. I'm just giving you an example. Maybe not the best slogan ever, but it is gonna be okay. So, and here you can either select. So to add text, I'm going on the left panel and click on text. And here I can either add my own text, which is going to be completely custom, or you can add some of these cool presets. So if you have, a text block that you want to add to your design, or maybe a little text portion, or a layout even, there is a lot of stuff, or maybe even some sale announcement. There is a lot here that you can select. Maybe it's a quote for your social media post, or whatever you have. Just feel free to check out these different presets, and here of course you can click onto more to get more examples for that specific section. Okay, but in this case I'm going to add my own text, right? And you can see the text is just being added onto a spot in the design, it doesn't matter. But I'm going to pull my text in here, and now we are going to learn how to how to edit the text and make it kind of fit to our needs. What I want to achieve a slightly larger size than my logo font, because the message here is going to be kind of the primary information that I want to put the user, viewer's eyes onto, right? There's going to be a hierarchy of information here, and the largest and the most bright or the most contrast rich color is going to catch the most attention, right? So if you look at this right now, if we zoom out, this text portion here kind of catches your eye first, then you look at the group of people, and then you can see the logo. Okay, so imagine for your design that you want to create that type of hierarchy, because you don't want to have a lot of information kind of having the same size, because then the viewer will be overwhelmed. They won't know where to look first, right? And it will be too much at once. We want to give them bite by bite by bite, and we do that by creating a hierarchy. Okay? All right, so I'm going to click on my text, and I'm going to select from my fonts right here in the panel, and I'm going to click here onto expanding my Acumen Pro semi-condensed font, and I'm going to select semi-bold, just like that. You can also go in, and there is a long list of different fonts that you can look for, and you can preview your text on the right side here with every font that you see here. Okay, so feel free to experiment and to try out different fonts, whatever works best for you. Okay, and I'm going to go in and adjust my font size. You can adjust the font size here. I'm going to go for a 48, so it's not too large of a text, but it's still larger than my logo, because I do want to put the attention onto this text portion. And I'm also going to left align this text, because we can see that there is kind of information coming here, so we want to kind of create this alignment, and here you'll probably have your profile picture or something like that. So I can do that here, but you can also feel free to experiment and to try out, maybe to even put your text up here, whatever works. Let's type out our text first, and then we can really actually preview what is going to be what's going to be necessary on adjustments. Okay, we are here when you need us. Okay, so now I can go in and adjust this. And this already kind of looks like a really good banner that you might see on you know, on ads somewhere outside, maybe even printed. So this font is really, really good for a very modern, neutral look. It's called Acumen Pro semi-condensed. Of course, you can also go a little bit down in the size. Let's see if that's going to work for us. And then I can also go in and type everything in caps. So let's try out caps instead, and we can also make a copy of this to see what we like better. So I'm going to hold shift, or you can also just simply click duplicate right here, but you can see also the shortcut for that is Command and D, right? Command and D, or you can simply click, hold Option, wait, let me see, yeah, click, hold Option, and you can also get a copy with that. Okay, now let's type in our caps. We are here when you need us. Okay, and you can see that the bold font is looks way larger than the case sensitive one, right? So here we might even go in and adjust the size to a smaller size, right? And you can also see that the line height, so the distance between the lines of text, is very low, while here there is a lot of space between them. So let me go in and adjust that, and we can do that in our spacing. So here we can adjust the line spacing. You can see when I pull this to the side, the space between the lines increases, which is what I wanted to achieve. And also the letter spacing can be adjusted a little bit as well to match our logo kind of character style. And you can feel free to experiment how much you want to expand this. I don't want to expand it too much. And now I can see, what works better here. Do I like the caps? Do I like the case sensitive variation? And I think I like the case sensitive here better. So I'm just going to click on the bottom one and I'm going to remove it. Okay, so we have our text, and you can see I'm also kind of creating a layout concentrating on the faces, because when I have this text portion, it is going to kind of guide my eye towards the people, right? When I'm finished here, I'm probably going to go to the right, because this is our habit. This is how we read as humans, right? From left to right, unless you are in a country where the letters are being read from right to left. There, of course, the design has to be adjusted as well, depending on the habits. Cool. Cody's asking question from, can you export to Photoshop to use some of the templates? So what you can do here, you can download, and you can download in a PDF. A PDF will probably be a layered format that you can then take into Photoshop. So I will try that. Otherwise, you can also export here in PNG and JPEG, but PDF will probably be your best friend if you really want to go and create a template out of this. You can also make a template out of this for Creative Cloud Express to keep on using this exact thing by going into Share, and you can click on Make Template, and you can go in and adjust that same template with different text, maybe for different announcements. All right, cool. So my friends, we have that. Now let's remove our rectangle. Maybe I'm going to, and again, here we want to create a balance in our design, right? So let's go in and pull our text a little bit lower, and maybe we can even put it a little bit closer to the edge, just because then we will have the same spacing here and we have a nice balanced design. Now let's zoom out here and have a little kind of look from a little bit of a zoomed out perspective. So here we have a nice and balanced piece of text, piece of information, right? We have a text that guides our eye from top to bottom, from left to right, to our group of employees, or maybe it's just one employee, whatever is your case. And then we see that there is the logo placed here. And I can even go in and maybe place the logo further at the bottom. You can play around that, maybe even place it on the same height like your text here. If you'll play around with that, I'm going to leave it in the middle for now. But I think this works pretty well. We want to focus on this message, then the people, and then the logo. All right, now to export this, we don't need this rectangle anymore because it was for us only to get some orientation. And here we have our really cool and professional looking banner on brand, using brand colors, using a photo without background. How fun is that? Cool. All right, the masking does not come over. Okay. We'll have to figure that out, that question. Maybe there is someone here who knows a better answer. Cool. But you can also, of course, make print materials here in Creative Cloud Express by going to download and again using PDF to export it for print. So, all right, cool. So maybe we can even make that photo a little bit slightly larger, just like that, so it fills up the center of the design perfectly. There we go. Cool. Let's export our banner now. Clicking download, I'm going into JPEG or PNG. In this case, we have the background filled, right? So we have a background color. Now, if you click on PNG and you click on transparent, you will have only the portions that I have added to the design, not the background color, right? So the background will be transparent. And that's something you might want to get when you want to place this design on a different background, or maybe, maybe in the case of a logo where you want to have a transparent background in a logo. That's where you download as PNG and transparent background. Now, in our case, I want to have a solid color, and I can either use the PNG format for that, for the solid color, and that's what I'm going to do. All right, now my download has already been processed and my project has been downloaded, on my computer, and I can now post it onto my, or put it as a banner in my LinkedIn. Okay, and here we can also view some cool tips on YouTube, which is where we are at right now. And yeah, so feel free to check out more of these videos. If you want to learn more, check out the Learn section in the Creative Cloud Express home. And now another option to download our banner will be to download as a JPEG. So that would probably give almost the same results that we want to achieve. All right, so let me show you real quick our design. Let's see where it went. Downloads. There we go. So this is our design. I'm opening up for you, and you can see this banner is saved to my computer as my project. Of course, you can rename your project right here. But yeah, and now if I go back to my projects, click over here, you can see that this has been added to my projects. You can even go in and make that a template from here, or duplicate if you want to create another variation, maybe try out a darker background, or without losing this design. Okay, and here we can go in and name this LinkedIn banner. There we go. Cool. We have a really cool collection of designs right now already, and I am super excited to design some business cards with you tomorrow for print, and I'm going to show you how to exactly design them ready for print, and we're going to look at a site where you can actually print them and where you can get the measurements for your business cards for. All right, my friends, thank you all so much for watching. I'm super excited for tomorrow, and stay tuned for the program after this. I'll see you tomorrow, same time, same place. Bye bye.